Sunday morning as we head for breakfast. And this is where we're going today. Yep. The plains of Bagan. Rivals Machu Picchu and other magnificent sights. Half an hour for breakfast before our driver picks us up for the tour of Old Bagan and the plains of this area. Come on, Barb, let's have a look at the buffet. And, by the way, you are viewing Travels with Lobo from Myanmar. Not only Lobo, but just grabbed her in time. Barbara, can you step closer?
Hello.
There, Lobo and Barbara, right there. Go, Barbara. Fried.
Fried mixed vegetables, fried vermicelli. Fried rice with vegetables.
Rice, okay.
Noodles. Coconut noodle soup with chicken. Wow.
It's always soup.
Tomatoes,
Is there anything for us to eat? Nothing so far. No eggs. Can you believe that? What is that? Oh my gosh.
Rice.
There's really nothing for us to eat here.
Oh, come on, don't be sad. Good morning.
Good morning. All right. Oh, here's the cereal. Fruit, yes, and coffee. The butter is beautiful. What do you mean butter? Oh, yes, these little squirrels. Yeah, that's right. But no eggs. Do you see any eggs anywhere?
Look at the bread.
And if all this doesn't please you, then there's always the acacia bar right there. You can drown your sorrow. If I seemed a little underwhelmed with the whole situation, well, there were no eggs. But turns out the first thing the waiter asked when we sat down was, "What do you want? Do you want eggs?" Okay, we got eggs, so everybody's happy. We had a great day. Well, that's coming up. First time in Bagan, the first pagoda. Look at that.
There's the name.
Can you say that name one more time?
Dhammayazika.
Our first stop, Dhammayazika Pagoda, was only minutes away from New Bagan and our hotel.
So that's why late afternoon, our program, you will see the how to make a lakawaya and sun monument again.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. You can see for our one full day of sightseeing in Bagan, we opted for car and driver. It was $35 for the day, and that meant that the driver did not come into the archaeological sites with us. He just drove us and explained. And that was just fine. Other means of seeing the Bagan Plains would be electric motorbikes, horse-drawn carriages, and bicycles. Yeah, that'd be a great way to see it, but not if you just have one day to see the Bagan Plains. And now, back to Dhammayazika Pagoda. And here, the first bimol of the day, I wore my running shoes instead of my sandals. You should never do that because every pagoda, everywhere you go, you got to take off your shoes as a sign of respect. And notice Barbara has a shawl over her shoulders. Shorts are also out. Bagan archaeological site, formerly called Pagan, contains over 2,000 ancient temples and stupas. Most of the structures seen today date from between the 9th and 13th centuries, when the city was the capital of the Kingdom of Pagan. All the temples are brick-built and formerly were covered with rich stucco ornamentation inside and out, elements of which can be seen in some temples. Now back to Dhammayazika Pagoda. Dhammayazika Pagoda is a Buddhist temple located near New Bagan. It was built in 1196 during the reign of King Anawrahta Minsaw. The pagoda is circular in design and made of brick. Its 3 terraces contain terracotta tiles illustrating scenes from the Jataka. The Jataka is a voluminous body of literature concerning the previous births of Gautama Buddha in both human and animal form, expressing his virtues. Hard to believe, but on these Bagan Plains are thousands of pagodas and stupas. I understand the difference between a pagoda and a stupa is a stupa is enclosed and without entrance as to protect the sacred relic contained within, while a pagoda is a building which can be entered and is a place of worship. So it's a temple. Let's move on to our next destination, which is quite a ways from the first one. It was about a 20-minute drive from Dhammayazika Pagoda to Shwezigon Stupa.
Okay, now we're going to visit Shwezigon Stupa. It is from the 11th century, built by the King Anawrahta, who founded the Buddhist Empire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
King
Anawrahta.
As you can see, he was the founder of the Pagan Empire, considered the father of the Burmese nation, and historically verifiable Burmese history begins with his ascension to the Pagan throne in 1044 to become King Anawrahta. Shwezigon Pagoda, which is really referred to as a stupa. So what's inside? Well, a bone and a tooth from Buddha. On the side of this tour bus, the walls of old Bagan, famous for the sunset in the Bagan area, and the montgolfiers, the hot air balloons. We didn't know it yet, but at the back of the bus, the famous bamboo bridge that we visited in Mandalay. That was wonderful. As we go into the entrance of this pagoda, leave your shoes there and head for the pagoda. This is the, thank you. And at this point, we just scanned the archaeological site pass that we bought at the airport for $30, and it covers all the archaeological sites in Bagan. Anawrahta was as pious as he was mighty, and he built his first pagoda/stupa to hold a tooth of the Buddha. As the story goes, the tooth miraculously replicated itself 3 times, and Anawrahta built 3 more pagodas around his kingdom. You may wonder about the replication of the tooth, but like any religion, there are things you got to take simply on faith, and this is one of them. It is said, and this again takes a leap of faith, that any visitor who is able to visit all 4 pagodas before noon will have a wish granted. We didn't try. I wonder what longi means. Probably have to ask the driver. Probably means look as we walk through the bazaar at the... You think longi is scarves? Yeah. Okay. According to Barbara? Yeah. Yes. So those are longi? Longi? Yeah. Longi, so scarves.
No, thank you.
Beautiful scarves. It's all scarves here, Barbara. Wow. How beautiful. I'd like to buy them all. As we head back to our driver. Not this bus, but it's a taxi. $35 a day. I think it's well worth it. And that ends our visit to Shwezigon Pagoda and also part 1 of day 4. Join us next Friday for part 2 of day 4 as we continue our exploration of the Bagan Plains. Thank you for viewing, and if you learned anything, as usual, give me a thumbs up. Thank you.